Okay, let's go.
Greetings and salutations. Welcome to Taste and Scents with D Boogie, where we review and I give my unfiltered, honest impressions of various fragrances, whether they be clone, niche, designer, whatever. It don't matter. If it smells good, I'll review it. I might even wear it regularly. But my specialty is to bring out and to highlight and to showcase houses that are small, some up and coming, some nano perfumeries, some houses that are just trying to get their name out there. You know, some that have been out there for a while but have been underground and only have a real underground following. You know, I want to get more people that are niche snobs and this, that, and the other, you know, get their hands on some of these. But on occasion, I come across some people that like to replicate or make inspirations of, you know, fragrances that are sometimes discontinued, designer, niche, you know, just like a lot of the Middle Eastern places do, but they're located right here in the good old US of A. So I like to check a lot of them out to see, you know, what they're offering. And if a lot of you may have watched my last video about Biza fragrances, A1. A1. But this is not that. This is a video where I'm going to check out some fragrances that were sent to me from a house called ScentSational Fragrances. And they're by a gentleman named Lee Harris, and he's out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, I believe. And, you know, he sent me a few of his inspirations and I'm going to check them out. I am familiar with every last one of these. I own most of these. Matter of fact, I own the original and the dupe of most of these. So, you know, that's really good. But I just want to check them out to see, you know, how it is. So we'll see. ScentSational Fragrances, Lee Harris. I will definitely put all his information, you know, in the description and everything. Probably put the link up there. He only has Instagram right now to contact because he's real new, small, upcoming. But shout out to you, Lee. Let's see what you got. He sent me his impression of a discontinued fragrance by Bath and Body Works called Coffee and Whiskey. And this is his version of Coffee and Whiskey. Now, I'm only going to show the back of the bottles because he actually has the names of what the impression of, you know, the actual name. So, you know, just to avoid any kind of, you know what I'm talking about, I'm just going to show y'all the bottle shape, you know, nice thick glass. And then he sent me one of Azzaro's Wanted by Night. And this one is an inspiration of Chergy by Serge Lutens. My favorite Serge Lutens fragrance. And then he sent me one of the OG Spice Bomb by Victor and Rolf. So we're going to check them out real quick. And like I said, I know what they all smell like. So this is not going to be a long, lengthy video. We're going to jump into it. If they smell good, yes, rock on. I will have a disclaimer that I did wear the Spice Bomb. Because if you'll look at when I held the bottle, there was some juice missing. I have worn that, but that was because I just wanted to. And, you know, I did. But the rest of them, I don't know, how his, blends are and how they stand up. So we'll see. We'll jump right into it with coffee and whiskey. Nice atomizer. Okay. Look, it's discontinued, but it's probably one of my favorite Bath and Body Works fragrances. There is one called Hardwood by Fragrance World that I picked up, because it was discontinued and, it was supposed to smell, like it. And it does. It does smell very much like that one. But this one is coffee and whiskey. The whiskey, the boozy element in this is more ramped up and more elevated with the coffee, whereas in the hardwood, it's more of the coffee, more of a kind of a chocolatey kind of tone, where the booze is there, but it kind of comes in later, whereas this one, oh, maybe I should have worn this one. Oh yeah, this is really good for a discontinued Bath and Body Works fragrance. I know they were talking about bringing it back out, but I don't know if it's going to be reformulated. And, if it's reformulated, then that's just going to ruin the whole everything about this. But look at the sheen. The oil concentration on this is just crazy. That is good. That is good. It had about a 2-second alcohol blast. I'm talking about like gone. That's really good. Coffee and whiskey. Let's jump into the next one. This next one is Azzaro's Wanted by Night. And this is just the OG Wanted by Night. And it's got notes of cinnamon, mandarin, lavender, lemon, fruity notes, incense, cumin, tobacco, vanilla, woods, leather, isoe super, benzoin. I mean, all that good stuff. But we'll see. Now, a lot of people don't like this one because of that cumin note. It's off-putting to some. I don't mind it. African leather, I love the cumin note. I like the cumin note, especially when it's got a nice little bit of leather to it. So we'll see. Some people prefer the Parfum, over to the Wanted by Night, the one in the all black bottle, but I like them both. I like them both. You get that mandarin and that cinnamon right off top. The aromatics are coming in behind that fruitiness. The cumin is really toned down in this though. I mean, it's there, but it's very toned down. You get the vanilla and the tobacco, and I'm sure that the isoe and all that stuff is to make it, project more and give it more sillage. So I'm sure this is gonna be beast mode, but got that on my hand. I'll put that right here. Yeah, that's nice too. Yeah, that was nice. 2 for 2. We'll move on to the next one. The next one is going to be the one I've worn already. I've only smelled the Spice Bomb Extreme. I've had several decants of it. I've never pulled the trigger and actually bought a full one because I like it, but I've got so many that, a decant is pretty much all I need. But I did grab another one because somebody else wanted to smell it. And I just grabbed a decant of it. But I never have smelled the actual Spice Bomb. So I got this one. And I had to see what it smelled like. And I liked it a lot. I will say that already. Yeah. That sweet, spicy, aromatic. Oh, that's good. That was good. I like the Spice Bomb Extreme, but that one is far more versatile. That one I can wear a lot more. Like I said, I've worn it just to see. I wanted to see if it was safe, work safe, where I could wear it anyway, because I already knew pretty much the Azzaro is more of a cold weather fragrance. The Coffee and Whiskey, I know that's a cooler weather fragrance. I know the Chergy is more of a cooler weather fragrance, but I did not know about the OG Spice Bomb. Now I do. So, but out of all of them, this one does, though, have the strongest alcohol blast out of them. It takes the longest to tame down, but it's less than a minute, maybe a minute. But once it tones down, all of these are fairly generic smelling scents anyway. So they all, smell a little synthetic, but they smell good. Don't smell cheap. They smell like they're actually, what they're inspirations of. The quality of the oil in this is no slouch, not even a question. The sheen on my arm, the sillage, the scent bubble that I'm getting off of that most wanted is jeez, that is great on skin. Yeah, the Spice Bomb is good too. Spice Bomb is good too. Last but not least, let's check out this Chergy by it's inspo of Chergy. Let's see what we got here. Now, Cherokee is definitely one you want to wear in a cooler, settings. It's a honey tobacco fragrance, ambery, little florals. But the thing that made me want to even look at it is the note of hay, which gives it a dryness. So where you can tell it's sticky and resinous because of the honey and the amber. You also get a little bit of dryness in there as well, which with the tobacco. So it makes the tobacco not a wet tobacco, but almost a dry, almost not a pipe tobacco, but still almost a cured, dried tobacco. I live in Eastern North Carolina, so I know the different smells of tobacco like the back of my hand. But let's see. I love tobacco fragrances. I love Naxos. I love Tobacco Honey by Guerlain. Tobacco fragrances with honey is really just something that's really, really good to me. So we're going to see how close this one is to the Cherokee. Dark, ambery, with some honey. It's not like Naxos with that light, like a blonde amber and a blonde honey and a light tobacco. No, this is like a dark. This is more like but the hay and the incense give it a resinous quality, kind of smoky. This is another good job. Every last one of these is at least they're so close. I can't even. He did a really, really good job on these fragrances. I am very, very anxious to see what else, he has. And I like the fact that he has offerings of a lot of fragrances that are not just the regulars. Of course, he has like the Sauvage and the Aventises and all that. But I specifically told him I didn't want any of the F-boy fragrances. Give me something, different. Something grown man. Something that the people don't usually pick up from you. I don't want the ones that everybody comes to your little kiosk, your little shop or orders and says, gimme, 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 gimme. Because I'm sure he sells out of about 4 or 5 different ones. And you all know which ones those are. So, I wanted to check out like his Terre d'Hermes, Ogivray, or something like that he might have. Some of his other, offerings. But overall, I am very impressed. I give all of these on a scale as far as inspirations and dupes go. I will give Coffee and Whiskey, will get a straight 9.5 because it's identical, damn near. It's identical. The Wanted by Night, I've got to give that. I'll give that one a 9. The cumin is toned down some, which I personally prefer, and I like it better because it makes it more wearable to me. But as far as like being identical to the other one, because the cumin is not, but it's not a one-to-one, it's an inspiration. It's his interpretation of it. So, but still, banger. The Spice Bomb, I give that a good 8.5, 8.8. Just because it was nothing really. It was, like I say, it was something I could just, yeah, but it's good. And his is really good. So if you want Spice Bomb on a budget, just the OG Spice Bomb, look up ScentSational Fragrances. And as far as the Chergy goes, I did not skin that one. Ooh, that one was kind of runny. You see that? That one was not as thick and viscous as the other one. I wonder if that's going to affect the... Yeah, that one was kind of made a mess. It's still running down my arm. All right, Lee. What happened? You gave me some water? Did you water this down? Fragrance is very good. Definitely not as strong or as projecting as any of the other three. Not even close. That coffee and whiskey is still. That Morning by Night, though. Jeez. I almost want to get out of 10. It's so good. Gee, oh my God, that is good. If you like Azzaro Wanted by Night. It's not really expensive as it is, but if you just want to save, get it for half the price or better, man. Yeah, it's good. The Chergy is good. Okay, it dried down to a nice little sheen. And it's actually like oily now. All right. I don't want nobody to say I'm, changing my story. You can see it. Nice and shiny. That one's good too. The Harris, good job. Thank you very much for allowing me to experience your olfactory art. And I look forward to, bringing some more of your art to life. To everybody who was here that made it this far, thank you. You know what to do. Drop a like, comment, subscribe, share, tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend. And until the next time, y'all know what it is. Love, peace, hair grease.
Okay, let's go.